What's up guys, Alex here. Alright, so I'm currently just kind of walking back on a trail here to a little creek I found in an urban area. I'm trying to catch some minnows. I'm trying to find a good place specifically to catch minnows. I was checking this one out just a minute ago and it looked like there were some minnows in it. I don't know where the best place is yet to drop the trap, but we're going to try to find that and see if we can't catch some bait for later on in the day. I'm going to drop it now. It's currently, I think, around 1 o'clock. Come pick it up in the evening. Hopefully hold some minnows overnight or use them this evening. I'm not sure yet. But the main goal of today is just to try to find a place to catch some minnows. So it's a cool little creek. It's a little bitty creek. All I did was use Google Maps and find where a little stream had broken off of a major creek. And it had run back in a neighborhood, and then I found a public entrance to the creek, which is really important because not all of these places are public. Some of them are private, so which really stinks because it's really hard to find a good access point sometimes because of that. But I found a public trail here and a good entrance point down to the creek, so let's see if we can't catch some minnows. All right, so as you can see, I'm down here on the creek now. There's a little pool right back behind us here that I found some minnows in. Let's go walk back there and check that out. Really just looking for a deeper hole that has some minnows. So with a creek like this, as you can see, the water's super clear. I can see down all the way to the bottom. So I'm just looking for a spot where I can actually visually see minnows. So there's a spot right back here behind me. I'm probably gonna go check it out once more, but then I haven't been this way on the creek back behind me here. So it's super shallow, so I can just walk up and down the creek, obviously, and find a good place to put it in. So let's do that real quick. All right, so I walked down the creek just a little bit, and there's actually a place where the creek runs in to another creek right there. So it expands, gets a little bigger, and there's a little bit of current right there. And I'm looking right here in front of me. You guys can see that. I know you can't see the minnows, probably really hard to see them, but there's lots of little minnows dotted around in there. And the nice thing about the minnow trap that I have is the mesh, the grating on it is actually like big enough to where it'll weed out the little bitty guys. But there are some perfect size minnows in here. I don't ever leave my trap out for more than about 5-6 hours because you don't want to overload the trap if there are a ton of minnows in the area. So let's go out there, check out the little bit of current, and that's probably going to be our best bet because that's where all of these minnows are feeding into and the ones up above. So let's go check that out and get our minnow trap set. I just want to say that this is an extremely beautiful little creek that I had no idea was here. So yeah, there's a little deep pool right behind me in this current, and there are just minnows everywhere. So I think this is going to work out really nicely. There's also a deep pool right over in this area that doesn't have a lot of current over there. I'm probably going to put it right here, but yeah, without further ado, let's get the minnow trap in. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I set up this trap. So obviously, you've got the two sides of the trap. Now I've put some bread in both sides of the trap, and I've taken some and I've balled it up real tight so that the current doesn't just wash it all away. So you just take some bread, you just ball it up real tight, and you just drop it in there. It's nothing to it really. But so most of these standard minnow traps are going to have a hooking mechanism. So that most of them are going to have like this hooking mechanism. They're going to have 2 prongs on one side and 2 prongs on the other side. You just have to match those up like so. And then close your trap up, and then these 2 holes on top here will align, and all you have to do is hook that latch on. And there you go, it's all sealed up tight. Minnows go in one side, don't come out the other. So what I did is I walked up right ahead of the fast moving water here. It leads right in to this deep hole right up here. So there's a deep hole right up under this tree. Actually looks really good for fishing. But I dropped it right in there, and I tied my cord off to this tree right here. So we're gonna come back in a few hours, check that out, and hopefully we have some minnows for some bait. All right guys, we're back. It's about 4 hours later. That sun's just starting to go down a little bit, so I think it's perfect time to go ahead and check the trap. That way, if we do catch something, we can go fishing with them before dark. But I'm about to go check the trap right back over here in that deep hole that we left it in. And let's see what we got. All right, so we're back to the creek. It's a few hours later. I wanted to make sure to pick it up before it got dark. I definitely put it in the wrong spot, apparently. I basically just dropped it straight on some minnows this time. But let's go check the trap, and hopefully it's better than the first time. I've got a couple. We got a couple. All right, so to get them out, you just open this bad boy back up. I like to shake everything down to one end to make it easy to get to them, and then get them out. Four minnows, 2 hours. Those are some good ones though. I wish I had about 2 dozen that size. All right guys, that's gonna do it for today. But yeah, that's pretty much how you catch minnows. Just find a little creek near you, throw them in a trap in with some bread, hot dogs, dog food, whatever you got laying around, something that they'll eat, and hope for the best. Well, I will catch you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like if you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.